So we've seen how to upload an image file and save that, but sometimes we need to save text files as well. So I just wanted to do something on that. What I've decided is for my chicken images, I'm going to have a summary for each one which will be displayed. So in, say, the index.html, it will show the summary of information, whatever the person types in, and they're going to be able to type that in on the rate page. So in the form here I've added an extra field so they can just type in whatever they want the text to show, and I've also put it here that it's pre-filled with whatever exists. It's blank at the moment, but what we're going to do is when they add their rating in here, add their rating here in this request.method, we're also going to grab whatever's in that summary field and we're going to write it to a file. So after what we've got here, let's do that. So we're going to say summary text equals is it request.form summary. So that's got that into memory now. And I'm choosing to write to a file which is going to be the same name as the image. So if it's chickenmaze2.jpg, it's going to be chickenmaze2.jpg.txt. So summary file name equals image.file name plus .txt. And if I'm consistent about that, it should just work anyway. So I want to write to a file, and I can say the summary file equals open is the Python expression for opening, and I'm going to go with summary file name. Actually, I might add to that in a moment. Summary file name, and I need to say what mode I'm going to open in it, read or write. In this case, I'm going to write to it, and I'm going to say W for write, and I can then say summary file dot write summary text, and that will work. And finally, just to be neat and tidy, I shall do my summary file and close it. Otherwise, it might be that I've still got my hooks into that file, which is a bad thing if if you have multiple users trying to do it. So that will hopefully write that. I said I was going to come back to the summary file name. I shouldn't just drop it into my root folder. I'm going to make a new folder to put that into. New folder. Let's call this summaries. Good as any. So open summaries slash. I wonder if we got the slash the right way around. I don't know. So that will write to that file. I guess we could probably check that. See what fat-fingered errors I've made as we go. So if I go and rate this one and I give it a rating and I type in the summary, it's in my maze pick, and hit submit, I got an error, and request.form summary. I do that one a lot. I often put the wrong kind of bracket on those form.request lines. Tell me if you see me do it. Fire that up again. So what was it? Rate, that rating, maze pick. So let's go and have a look in that folder, my summaries folder. Yay, maze pick. So we wrote to a file. Now, of course, we want to be able to read from that file as well. So the way I am going to choose to do this, where am I, is I'm going to do it in this bit up here. I'm going to, instead of like automatically when I create the image, make it blank, I'm going to see if that file exists and read it from there. So I'm going to have the summary file again equals open, and it'll be that same thing. It'll be the summaries. Which way was the slash? I don't know. We'll check that in a minute. And summary file name, I haven't done that yet, I should do that. So summary file name, and this time we're going to be opening it for a read. Let's just do that. Summary file name equals file name, which is a local variable because it's been passed here, plus .txt. Should do that. And what's going on here? That's not right, is it? Summary file. And then I shall say my summary equals summary file dot read. I might just do read line, and it just reads in whatever's there. It'll only be one line in this case. Now, there's a problem with this, is if this file doesn't exist, it won't work. And of course, it's not going to exist most of the time for the first time we open any of these images anyway. So what we normally do with files is when we're trying to open them, is we try opening them. Try to open that file. And it's pretty normal for file handling to go wrong. So you'd always do this anyway, but in this particular case, we know what's going on. We know the file doesn't exist, so we're just not going to bother having a file. We're just going to have a blank file there. I wonder if that will work. Only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's reload. And if it works, because it's fully restarting, we should get maze pick come up there. No, it didn't come up. Just try test, submit, and go back to our main page. So it should show test here. No, I'm just going to pause it. Pretty sure the problem here was I didn't put self.summary, so of course it just forgot about that. So self.summary equals that, and I'll just get rid of that line so I'm not wiping over what I've already got there. That was definitely causing a problem anyway. One more time with feeling. So I'm going to rate this one, and it's come up as test again. Test again. Okay, so we can click on submit there, and let's just go and have a look in that file. Test again. Seems to be working as intended.